Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Vinyl Treasures. I'm your host, Johnny G, John Galindo, coming to you live each and every Monday here on Oldies and More Radio, and also those of you watching Johnny G on the YouTube stream. Thank you all for tuning in to my All 60s edition. It's the November 29, 2021 All 60s edition of my Vinyl Treasure Show. Got some cool 1960s 45s, mostly soul tonight, as I do feature it here. We do a soul show on the Monday night show, and more too. I got some other stuff too, if you'd like to hear. But thank you all for tuning in. We opened up with a pretty cool instrumental from January 1965. This band leader, saxophonist, songwriter, drummer, producer from Dundee, Mississippi. He was Fontella Bass's manager also. This is on Leonard Chess's Checker record label from January 65. Oliver Sain. Oliver, S-A-I-N. That's his name, with a song called Jerk Loose. A really cool dancing tune there. And actually, that's the flip of that's a flip side. The flip side is a vocal, I think, with his Bobby McClure and Fontella Bass, a song called, which is actually pretty good, Don't Mess Up a Good Thing. Johnny G already messing up a good thing, but anyway, that was our instrumental tonight. Let's open up here with the vocal portion from 1967. This is on the Decca record label. This group is called the Soul Survivors, not to be confused with the Soul Survivors on the Crimson label out of Philadelphia. This group is out of Colorado, and they are covering an Isley Brothers tune from 1967. Let's give a listen to the Soul Survivors with Twistin' with Linda.
Got a big blue eyes.
Yeah, we open up with a fast twist. Well, it's not a twister. It's a shaker there. The Soul Survivors out of Colorado, January 1967 on the Decca record label. I said Twistin' with Linda. That was the original by the Isley Brothers, but they called this one Shakin' with Linda. That is a pretty cool record, I'd have to say. And let's continue here on the All 60s edition. Monday, if I said Saturday, I'm losing my mind. But it's Monday. We're here from 8 to 11 p.m., maybe a little bit of overtime, like 10 minutes or so. But anyway, let's this gal's from Charleston, South Carolina, but then she moved to Evanston, Illinois back in 1956. She would become the lead singer for a group called the Drapells, which included her sisters Lorraine and Irma Drew and the bass singer Carlton Black, who would eventually marry this gal, this lead singer here. But you may know her 1964 release Tell 'Em. But here is one, and she also does another cool, she has the original version, by the way, of Working on a Groovy Thing from 1968. Maybe she did, maybe the Fifth Dimension did. Anyway, Johnny G not so hip on the research tonight. But anyway, this is a solo effort by her. We go back to February 1968. I'm talking about Patty Drew on the Capitol label. It's called There'll Never Be Another.
Of calling me such a fake when I've been good and true to you. Yet I'm a cheater. You're never alone because I'm always at home. I bet you got another girl. I'd like to meet her. Your words are so unkind. You better listen to mine. There'll never be another. There'll never be another. There'll never be another. There'll never be another. Ooh, baby, I know that you think that I've been untrue. You say I'm running around, I'm still a cheater. But brother, you know, just as far as you go, you'll never find another girl or anyone sweeter. Although you make me feel sad and you treat me so bad, there'll never be another. There'll never be another. There'll never be another. There'll never be another. Another. There'll never be another. I'm tired of listening to the things that you say, and you know darn well they are wrong. Why should we live in such tent? It doesn't really make much sense. If you were someone else, I'd be gone. Ooh, baby, I know that you think that I've been untrue. You say I'm running around, I'm still a cheater. But brother, you know, just as far as you go, you'll never find another girl or anyone sweeter. Although you make me feel sad and you treat me so bad, there'll never be another. There'll never be another. There'll never be another. Oh, baby, there'll never be another girl. There'll never be another. There'll never be another girl. I bet you got another girl. I wanna meet her.
That's on the Capitol record label there, Patty Drew. Patty Drew on Capitol, February 1968 release, There'll Never Be Another is the name of that one. She does some pretty cool tunes on the Capitol label. Another one I like she does is called Creepin'. That's a good tune by her, pretty cool tune. Johnny G here on a Monday evening, 1960s. It's my All 60s show. Let's go to Philadelphia now for this next group. They had 5 releases on the Vent record label. This is the B-side to their first. It came out in September of 1968. It features Ron Tyson on lead. Let's give a listen to The Ethics. The Ethics on the Vent label. It's called Look at Me Now.
Before you came into my life, I was so lonely. My heart carried such a heavy load. Every time I try to make my way through life, girl, it seems I got on the wrong road. Darling, hurt I have missed. I was lost in the world, broken heartache, baby, and loneliness seemed to be everywhere. Darling, just look at me, girl, you got me hypnotized. There's tears in my eyes, I'm crazy about you, and I can't do without you.
They're called The Ethics there. The Ethics out of Philadelphia there. That's a cool record. That's a B-side. That's not even the A-side of the 45. A-side's pretty good too, by the way. So if you want to hear a flip side, you got to type it in either of the chat rooms there. I will play the flip sides if you like. We'll get them in toward the end of the show there. But that one there, cool tune, The Ethics there. September 1968 there. Andrew Reddy said we're going to flip it over, so we will do that. September 68, The Ethics on the Vent record label. Look at me now. Not look at me. Look at the 45s that I'm holding up there to the webcam. And you all know this next gal. She had a big, big hit in 1962, a national #1 record called The Locomotion. But she never really achieved the same success. But she did have other hit 45s, but not as big as The Locomotion. But that was on the Dimension label. Here's one she does on the Verve record label. This is her second of two on Verve. This one from July of 1967. Let's give a listen to Little Eva on Verve. The name of the tune is Everything is Beautiful About You, Boy.
Everything is beautiful about you, boy. And when I'm with you, there is no greater joy. You bring heaven right down here on earth to me. And boy, I live for the
That's Little Eva there, tune arranged by Herb Bernstein and produced by Creed Taylor. July 67 release on the Verve record label, Everything is Beautiful About You. Boy, that's a B-side. That's a cool tune. Let's continue here. Let's go out to Los Angeles, California for this next group. Now, their first release came out in 1964 on the Accent label. I think I featured that on my 50s and early 60s show. George Tompkins requested that, but this is their first release. This song originally came out on the Enith record label, but then it was picked up by Spector Records. This one arranged by Gene Page, and it features Alonzo Coleman on lead. And I have that Edith release. It's on a yellow Edith label, but this is on the Scepter label. December 64. It's Dan and the Clean Cuts with Lonzo Coleman on lead. And the name of the tune is called One Love, Not Two.
Lover, I think it's time that we sat down and talked it over. Yes, I do. If you don't stop running round, I'm gonna have to put you down. I mean it. Yes, I do. So listen here, lover, I've got to tell you, you can't have your cake and eat it too. There's gotta be one love, not two. Baby, baby, one love, not two. There's gotta be one love, baby, me and you. You tell me that you love me when we're all alone and in the dark. Yes, you do. When you with the girls, you say I'm just another part to you. Yes, you do. So listen here, lover, I've got to tell you, you can't have your cake and eat it too. There's gotta be one love, not two. Baby, baby, one love, not two. There's gotta be one love, baby, me and you. Every time I call you on the phone, I hear you whispering, telling I'm not at home. Now, lover, I think it's time that we sat down and talk it over. Yes, I do. If you don't stop running round, I'm gonna have to put you down. I mean it. Yes, I do. So listen here, lover, I've got to tell you, you can't have your cake, yeah, eat it too. It's gotta be one love, not two. Baby, baby, one love, not two. It's gotta be one love, baby, me and you. Me and you. One love, not two. Just me and you. Hey.
That came out originally on the Enith record label. I featured it on Scepter, their first of three on the Scepter record label for Dan and the Clean Cuts. December 64 release, One Love, Not Two, with Lonzo Coleman on lead. Let's stay in this is 1965. We go to Detroit, Michigan, to the Motor City here, to Berry Gordy Jr.'s Gordy record label. This was one of my aunt's favorite B-sides. When she bought the record, the A-side was called You've Been in Love Too Long. That was the Martha and the Vandellas follow-up to Nowhere to Run. But she would play the flip side, which charted. It also charted, didn't do nowhere near as well. This made it only up to number 70 on the Billboard Hot 100. But I like this tune, and so did my late Aunt Mary. This one from October 1965. Martha and the Vandellas with a B-side. It's called Love Makes Me Do Foolish Things. B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That's Martha and the Vandellas there with a B-side from October 1965, You've Been in Love Too Long. That's the A-side. The B-side is called Love parentheses Makes Me Do Foolish Things on the Gordy record label. Thank you, Michael in California, for posting the titles in the YouTube chat. That is a good thing, I'd say. So you can see the titles there, and you can also see the labels as we continue here on the All 60s edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's go out to Los Angeles, California for this next group, as the lead singer of this group was previously the lead singer of a 1959's group called the Shamans on the K-Ham record label, but this was his new group. They had 11 releases on the Audio Arts record label. Their biggest hit was their first, a great tune. If you know the song, it was called I'll Make It Easy. But here's the B-side to their fifth, written by the lead singer of the group. His name is Cal Wayman. Cal Wayman on lead. This is from April 67. Give a listen to The Incredibles. The Incredibles on Audio Arts. It's called I Found Another Love. They're out of Los Angeles, California. They're known as the Incredibles. They have 11 releases on the Audio Arts record label. That is the B-side to their fifth, featuring Carl Wayman on lead for that one. I Found Another Love is the name of the tune. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Hope you're enjoying the show as much as I do. I never get a chance to listen to all these records through. I'm always testing them or whatever, but it's so great to hear the whole 2 minutes and 13 seconds or whatever the amount of time there is. But you all know this girl group from the Bronx, New York. They had a big #1 national hit back in 1963 on the Laurie record label. You know the song, He's So Fine. But they had so many releases on excuse me, on the Laurie record label. And this is another B-side. I'm sure many of you know the A-side. It was called Nobody Knows What's Going On in My Mind But Me. I think that's a pretty cool title, by the way. But that came with two different flip sides. And the more common side was called Did You Ever Go Steady? That is the common flip side. But this is the more, I guess it's a little harder. I have multiple copies of this in different variations of the label. But and maybe it's because this was a cover song that they didn't want to put on the flip side. I don't know, because this song was originally done by a gal on the Eastern label. Her name is Tina Britt. So this is a cover of that as we go back to April 1965 on the Laurie record label for the Chiffons. The Chiffons on Laurie and their rendition of the tune called The Real Thing.
I keep walking around and around, talking about the love I found. Well, it looks to me like this could be the real thing. Well, it looks to me like this could be the real thing. A change has come over me. My heart beats impatiently. I just can't wait till the night goes. I know it's gonna hold me tight, and it looks to me like this could be the real thing. Well, it looks to me like this could be the real thing. Lately I've been acting strange. In my life there's been a change. I just didn't know how sweet he was, and I'm so glad to be alone. And it looks to me like this could be the real thing. Well, it looks to me like this could be the real thing. I keep walking around and around, talking about the love I found. I get such a feeling, my head keeps reeling. I'm so absent-minded, but really I don't mind it, 'cause it looks to me like this could be. Well, it looks to me like this could be. Well, it looks to me like this could be the real thing. Every time you call me honey, I start to acting funny. But when you hold me, I feel so good, and you know you kiss me just like you should. And it looks to me like this could be the real thing. Well, it looks to me like this could be the real thing. Talking about the real, talking about the real thing, talking about the real, talking about the real thing, talking about the real thing, talking about the real, talking about the real thing, talking about the real thing.
Johnny G's always talking about the real thing, because that's what you get here on a Monday night and also on a Saturday night. Nothing but the real thing. No crappy MP3s, no CDs, just original, sometimes scratchy vinyl 45s like that one there. Those are the Chiffons there with a cover tune, The Real Thing, from April 1965 on the Laurie record label. And let's continue here on the All 60s edition. And this next artist, he is out of Philadelphia, PA. First started recording for the Roulette record label, but had 4 releases that came out on Loma Records. This is his first. It's produced by Jerry Ragavoy. And this one here is from March of 1967. Let's give a listen to Ben Aiken. Ben Aiken on the Loma label. It's called You Were Meant to Be My Baby.
Darling, I love you and my love is so true. You are the world to me. Ooh, I knew from the start, I could feel it in my heart. It's like a symphony. I can't express this happiness. You're my destiny.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That's Mr. Ben Aiken. Ben Aiken on the Loma record label. That one there from March of 1967. That's the B-side to his first release called You Were Meant to Be My Baby. We're going to flip it over here a little later in the show for Michael in California. So stay tuned for that. Let's continue here. We go back to Berry Gordy Jr.'s Motown Empire for this next tune. This gal, an actress, was born in Cape Charles, Virginia, and she does a nice rendition on this Marvin Gaye tune, because Marvin Gaye recorded this first. I think it was the flip side. Was it the flip side of Stubborn Kind of Fellow, I think. Marvin Gaye did this first in 1962. But her name is Connie Van Dyke. This is from March of 1963 on the Motown record label. Let's give a listen to her rendition, Connie Van Dyke's rendition of the tune, It Hurt Me Too.
Every time she broke your heart, it hurt me. Yes, it did. I should laugh and say, I told you so. I could have told the whole wide world she'd leave you sad and blue. I could laugh and say, oh, it's good for you. 'Cause I knew she would hurt you. I knew she would hurt you. Oh, I knew she would hurt you. I knew she would hurt you. Oh, and every time she hurt you, oh, don't you know it hurt me too? Hurt me too. Oh, yes, it did. I should say that you had it coming to you. Coming to you. Oh, when you walked out and you turned your back on me. Turn your back on me. I pleaded, baby. Oh no, please don't go. 'Cause I knew she would hurt you. I knew she would hurt you. I had a feeling she would hurt you. I knew she would hurt you. Oh, and every time she hurt you, oh, don't you know it hurt me too? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. She said she had you dancing on a string. As far as love goes, you were just another fling. I may be a fool, I mean to love you like I do. Oh, but don't you realize that even fools have a feelings too? So, baby, come back and let me dry the tears from your eyes. 'Cause I would never hurt you. I would never hurt you. Oh, now you know I'd never hurt you. I would never hurt you. Because now if I ever hurt you, oh, don't you know it'd hurt me too? Every time she broke your heart, it hurt me. Yes, it did.
Cover tunes here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Her name is Connie Van Dyke. Connie Van Dyke, March 1963 release, doing the Marvin Gaye tune, It Hurt Me Too. That one there on Motown Records. She has other releases on Epic, on Wheelsville, on Barnaby, on ABC Records. So she has quite a few releases there. Johnny G here on a Monday evening. Hope you're digging on the tunes here. And here is a special request for Michael in California. I had this, Michael sent me a list of records to look for, and I don't have them all, but I had some of them. I just couldn't find them. They were buried in these boxes. So I found one yesterday, and I emailed Mike. I said, Mike, I found one of your requests. If you'd like to hear it. He goes, yeah, Johnny, I want to hear it. I'll be in. I'll tune in tomorrow night. So this is a special request for Michael in California. It's on the Lodestone record label. They have maybe about 6 releases on this label, but it's a label out of San Francisco. And this is from 1963. The interesting thing is they give the last name last names of I guess the guys playing the instruments. So somebody by the name of Cox is on guitar, Oliar is on piano, Linda's on drums, and Stone is the arranger. Like, who are these people? We don't know who these people. The only thing I know is the lead singer. His name is Peter Johnson. So this is by special request from Mike in California. Peter Johnson from 1963 on the Lodestone record label. It's called If You Were Blue for Michael.
Well, if you were blue, you won't be blue no more. Well, if you were blue, you won't be blue no more. About 5 in the morning, gonna knock up on your door. I went away, but it sure didn't take my heart. I went away, but it sure didn't take my heart. I can't think of any reason why did we ever part. I'll see you in the morning, well, I wish it was today, yeah. I'll see you in the morning, well, I wish it was today, yeah. I wonder a million times, why did I ever go away, I'll see you in the morning, oh, I wish it was today, yeah. I'll see you in the morning, oh, I wish it was today, yeah. I wondered a million times, why did I ever go away? Well, look for me, baby, I'll be on time. I'm coming home, so stop your crying. So if you were blue, you won't be blue no more. About early in the morning, I'm gonna knock on your door, yeah. In the morning, early in the morning, in the morning, early in the morning, in the morning, early in the morning, in the morning, early in the morning.
Blues tunes here on the All 60s edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show. That one there from 1963 on the Lodestone record label. Peter Johnson there by request for Michael in California. If You Were Blue is the name of the tune. Johnny G, not blue, not on a Monday evening. Hope you're digging on the cool tunes here. Let's continue. Here we go to Detroit, Michigan for this next group. And their biggest hit was a song called I Guess That Don't Make Me a Loser. That was one of my favorites from my Aunt Mary. She loved that tune. She wore it out, the styrene press that she had. But of course, I have multiple copies of that record. But here is their first release of 7 on Ricardo Williams' Boo Records, BOO Records out of Detroit, Michigan. This was a number 13 record on WVON out of Chicago. It features Richard Knight on lead. Let's go back to October 1967 for the Brothers of Soul on the Boo label. It's called Can't Get You Off My Mind.
Can't get you off of my mind. Can't get you off of my mind.
Did you use a love potion to capture my emotions, to make me a slave with lifelong devotion? 'Cause
Can't get you off of my mind.
no matter how hard I've tried,
Can't get you off of my mind.
did you use a magic spell
They're called the Brothers of Soul. That's their first release. First of 7 on the Boo record label, Can't Get You Off of My Mind. That one there, October of 1967. The flip side's good too. It's called, I think it's Harry Don't Linger, which was also a flip side to their big hit, Guess That Don't Make Me a Loser. Johnny G, not a loser, not tonight, not on Monday night when you're tuned into the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's continue here. This gal, she's from Philadelphia, PA, and this is her only release that came out on the Philips record label, but actually she has 2 others on Jamie, but this one's produced by and arranged by Johnny Madera and David White. This one from March of 1964, and she's singing about your DJ tonight, Mr. Johnny G. Her name is Ann DeAndre. Ann DeAndre, D'_ANDRE. It's on the Philips record label, March 64. It's called Johnny's Back in Town. Johnny's back on the radio.
I'm gonna look my best tonight, that's for sure. I'm gonna wear the same dress that I wore before. 'Cause my special guy's coming home, I wanna surprise him. Johnny's back, yes, Johnny's back in town. I'm gonna meet him at the dance tonight at 8. I'm gonna run into his arms, I won't hesitate. 'Cause he's my special guy, I'm so happy, it's no wonder why. Johnny's back, yes, Johnny's back in town. When the dance is over, we'll drive to Lover's Lane, where we call the love we shared all over again. I'm so glad that I waited, 'cause now he's mine, and I know he'll never leave me till the end of time. 'Cause he's my special guy, I'm his girl, and that's just fine. Johnny's back, yes, Johnny's back in town. Johnny's back, yes, Johnny's back in town. Oh yeah. Johnny's back, yes, Johnny's back in town. Oh yeah. Johnny's back.
Yes, I am. Johnny's back in town on Mondays. Thank you all for tuning in to the Vinyl Treasure Show. Her name is, lost her name. What is her name? Ann DeAndre. Ann DeAndre. Ann DeAndre is her name there. That one's from March of 1964. Cool sound there on the Philips record label. Johnny's back in town. Yes, he is. Let's continue here. Up next, this next artist goes by the name of Ronnie Douglas. He had two cool releases on the Everest record label. His first charted nationally was a song called Run, 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 which is pretty good. But this is his follow-up, a song he co-wrote. This charted number 23 on WAKR in Akron, Ohio, if you were listening up in Akron, Ohio. This is from October of 1961. Paid all of 10 cents for this 45, but it's on styrene. You know I hate styrene 45s, but it's Ronnie Douglas on Everest Records. It's called You'll Come Back.
Have your fun, laugh and play. I won't say a word, 'cause I know someday you'll look around satisfied, that's when you come back. Well, then you know you were a fool to let my love go. So darling, darling, I can wait. Yes, I've got time, 'cause someday you'll tire of not being mine, my darling, and they'll feel cold. Those lips you kissed, and you realize it's my lips you miss. That's when you come back. For then you'll know you were a fool to let my love go. That's when I know, my darling, you come back. Well, then you know you were a fool to let my love go. I know. You come back, my darling. I know. You come back, my darling. I know.
As Ronnie Douglas there. Ronnie Douglas from October 1961. Johnny G losing his place. Yeah, there it is. October 61. It's on the Everest record label. That's his second. That is his second release on the Everest label. You'll Come Back is the name of that one. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, here's another request. This time, this is for Warren Russell, as this group is originally from Brooklyn, New York. They recorded for Phil Spector's Phyllis record label, and this is one of their later. Is this their last release? I think this might be their last release on Phillips. I'm not sure, but it's one of their later ones here, and this only made it up to number 98 on the Billboard Hot 100, but it did well on KORL in Honolulu, Hawaii. It was a number 15 record out there. But this is from June of 1964, and this is for Warren. It features Lala Brooks on lead. Let's give a listen to the Crystals here. The Crystals on the Phyllis record label, and their tune called All Grown Up. This is for Warren.
Ain't no baby no more. I could do the
That's Lala Brooks and the Crystals by request for Warren Russell in our YouTube chat room there. The Crystals with All Grown Up. Phil Spector's Phyllis, or actually it was Lester Still and Phil Spector's Phyllis. Some people call it Phillies, but it's Phyllis Records is the name of that one. The Wall of Sound. As we continue here on the all 60s edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show, let's go to a Juggy Murray's Crackerjack record label for this next artist. Crackerjack Records, a division of Sue Records, those of you keeping track out there. And this artist goes by the goes by the name of Eddie Carlton. Eddie Carlton. This is on the Crackerjack record label. I think this is his debut single. He has one other that came out on Swan in 1965, but this one came out in February of 63. Let's give it a spin. Eddie Carlton on Crackerjack. The name of the tune is called Wait.
Because you thought you were so smart when you left me for another girl. Baby.
Wait, don't go.
Yeah.
I should be the one who's leaving, because I've been the one who was deceiving. So stop right there. Don't you dare go anywhere. Baby, don't you hurt me. Darling, don't desert me. Don't you leave me. Don't go. Wait, don't go.
Yeah.
I should be the one who's going, because I've made a very bad showing. So stop right there. Don't you dare go anywhere. Baby, don't you hurt me. Darling, don't desert me. Don't you leave me. Don't go. Before you go, baby, there's something on my mind. It's something you ought to know. Before you leave me so far behind, that the door that stands before you will always welcome your return, and the torch I carry for you will always brightly burn. So wait, don't go.
Yeah.
I should be the one who's walking, but instead I'm standing here talking. But stop right there. Don't you dare go anywhere. Baby, don't you hurt me. Darling, don't desert me. Don't you leave me. Don't go. Why won't you wait?
No, no, and wait.
Baby, why won't you wait?
No, no, gonna wait, gonna leave you. No, no, can't wait, gonna leave you.
Wait, baby.
No, no,
I'm on my
can't wait,
bending
gonna
knees,
leave
pleading
you.
to you. Wait.
No, no, can't wait.
We'll send that one out to Bobby in Texas. I think he loves that song when he made that little heart on there. Anyway, that's a cool tune. I like that record there. Eddie Carlton there, February 63 release on the Crackerjack record label. Song entitled Wait. Let's continue. We're not going to wait anymore. We're going to get back to the music. We go right back to Detroit, Michigan for this gal. This is her first of three on Ed Wingate's Golden World record label. This is probably her easiest record to find. Excuse me, on the Golden World record label. This charted number 26 on WABQ in Cleveland, Ohio. This one from May of 1965. Let's give a listen to Barbara Mercer. Barbara Mercer on Golden World. It's her first release on Golden World. It's called one word with an exclamation point. It's called Hey.
Before I met you, I didn't know myself. Ooh.
Out of Detroit, that's Barbara Mercer. Barbara Mercer, September 1965. That's her, probably her biggest hit, we'll call it. Actually, her easiest record to find of the three Golden Worlds. A song entitled Hey. And I think she's, you can see her a video on YouTube where she is singing that. Charlene has a note there for that, so we can check that one out. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show for this next group. Actually, they're a duo. They're called the Icemen, and this is on a label called Vest Records. Vest Records was a Bobby Robinson-owned label that he owned in the mid-1960s. A lot of rare records on this Vest label. The Mustangs is one that I have. They do a nice rendition of Over the Rainbow. I think the flip side's called Shoot the Fly, which is a cool dance record, but I don't think this is a common record. It's a duo from New York City, James Stokes and Gino Armstrong. They are the Icemen. This is 1965. Both sides are good on this record, too, by the way. This side's called, in parentheses, You've Got a, and then it's Style of Your Own. The Icemen.
Other girls are prettier than you are, but baby you stand out above the crowd like a movie star. Baby, it's the way you style your hair, baby. I don't know what it is, but I know it's there. You got clay, baby. You got charm. You got a style, you're alright. Girl, you got such foxy movements, baby. You show the other girls where they could make improvements. You can put on a $2 dress, baby, and look so much neater than all the rest. You got clay, baby. You got charm. You got a style, you're alright. Now here she come. You stand high above the crowd. You should make your fella proud. I like the way you perform your hugging and kissing, baby. Baby, you show me just what I've been missing. I love you, baby. You know where to stand, girl. The girls who compete with you are only copycats. You got clay, baby. You got charm. You got a style, you're alright. Here she comes now, baby, baby, baby.
Those are the Icemen. They are a duo, the Icemen out of New York. A song entitled You've Got You've Got a Style of Your Own. That one there on Bobby Robinson's Vest record label. James Stokes and Gino Armstrong, 1965. And Warren mentions in the YouTube chat room that he has one on the Samar record label. Those are the same guys. And also they have another that's on the ABC record label. So check them out. The Icemen. Johnny G here on a Monday evening. Hope you're digging on the cool 1960s sound. Up next, this gal, she's from St. Louis, Missouri, as she started out as the host of a local kids TV TV show called Susie's Playroom. Then actor Lauren Green discovered her and introduced her to his label, which was RCA Records. She went on to have 3 releases. This is her second, and whenever you see David Gates as the producer or writer, they're usually pretty good, and he wrote this tune and he also produced it. And if you listen closely in the background, you can hear the Blossoms vocals. They are backing her up on this. July 1966. Give a listen to Susie Wallace. Susie Wallace from on the RCA record label. Her tune is called Tell Him. July 66 release there from Miss Susie Wallace. Susie Wallace on the RCA record label. Tune written and produced by David Gates. David Gates, and he started, I think, back in 1959 in a vocal group, and actually has some cool records on the Mala label, by the way, and other labels. Of course, in the 70s, he formed the group Bread, I think with Jimmy Griffin, I think. I know Jimmy Griffin was in the group also, but that is a cool tune. Susie Wallace, Tell Him. Johnny G telling you to tell your friends to tune in to the Vinyl Treasure Show on Monday evenings and also on Saturday evenings at 10 o'clock. It's my 50s and early 60s show, but we do the All 60s show tonight. Johnny G Lean Soul on Monday night. Let's continue here. This next singer was a lead singer of a group called The Willows back in the 1950s. Excuse me, feature them quite often on my 50s and early 60s show. But then he went solo with so many releases on different labels. I know I have him on Big Top Records. I have him on, I think Alpha Records is another label. But he has solo releases, and some of them are pretty much in demand. I mean, I didn't pay a lot of money for this. I don't know what this record sells for, but I think I paid $3 for the record because I run the United Artists record label. And of course, it probably came from one of my group harmony guys, but you think you would recognize this artist, Tony Middleton. But this one's from January 1962 on United Artists Records. Let's give it a spin. Tony Middleton with his tune called Drifting.
a ship lost at sea, drifting, yeah, so hopelessly.
That's Mr. Tony Middleton. Tony Middleton from January 1962. That's on the United Artists record label. Song entitled Drifting. Johnny G is not drifting yet. Hopefully you're not drifting. You're staying tuned into the Vinyl Treasure Show. If you have any requests, you can send them to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. Working on some of the 60s requests. I have found some. We have some more to go tonight, but it's more difficult for me to search for my 60s stuff because it's unfiled. But as I clean them, I will file them in the right place. And I know this song was filed in the right place because I played it. I played the flip side of this Saturday night on my 50s show. Tom Shaughnessy, who tunes in, Tom also tunes into Johnny G's 60s show. He requested the side called Till I Hear It From You, which was the B-side of this Louisville, Kentucky's group 45. But Darrell Letts, he requested the A-side, this group out of Louisville, Kentucky, and it's a cover song. This was first written and recorded by James Brown, but they do a nice rendition, this group called the Monarchs. This was a big hit locally in Louisville, Kentucky, number 3 on WKLO, 1080 AM out of Louisville, Kentucky. So this is going out to Darrell Letts. Darrell Letts that requests flip sides. He can't say B-sides because he requested the A-side on this. January 63, give a listen to the Monarchs on Soundstage 7 with Mike Gibson on lead and their rendition of the tune, This Old Heart.
What you do, it's so hard. Can't stand but love. It's so hard. Can't stand but love. If you love me, you won't hurt me.
cover tunes here on the 60s edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show. That's by request for Daryl Letts in our YouTube chat room. Those are the Monarchs. The Monarchs from January 1963, a group out of Louisville, Kentucky, a song entitled This Old Heart on the Soundstage 7. I wonder if that was that on another label. That might have been on a local Louisville label too, by the way. Johnny G here as we spin these 45s. You all know this gal as, I don't know if she was originally from Chicago. I think she was also from St. Louis, if I'm not mistaken. I think her first release was on the Bobbin label in 1961. But she's got this very cool tune on the Sonia label, a label that was owned by Ike and Tina Turner. And this was re-released in 1969 on the Vesuvius label, but the first press of this is on the Sonia label, and this is right before before she signed with Leonard Chess's Checker Records and had a big hit with Rescue Me. But this is Miss Fontella Bass, this one from February 1964 on the Sonia label. The name of the tune is called This Would Make Me Happy.
If your love was mine alone, if I had your heart to call my own, this would make me happy, and I'll be satisfied. I'll give the world and a heaven too, just to hear you say you love me like I'm loving you. And this would make me happy, and I'll never let you go. Now I don't believe in a miracle, but sometime a dream will come true. And if faith alone can move a mountain, then what's to keep me from having you? If I pray to the stars above, I do believe I could win your love, and this would make me happy, and I know that you would be happy too. And this would make me happy, and I know that you'd be happy too.
Johnny G's a sucker for those ballads. I definitely am, but that's the great Fontella Bass there, February 1964 release on the Sonia record label. This Would Make Me Happy. What a great tune she is. And yes, Warren mentions a very powerful voice. Well, let's continue now, and let's move to December of 1967 for this artist that he was a baseball player for the Milwaukee Braves in early 1954, but he was also a singer, and he was the lead singer of a group called The Crowns that recorded for Flair, Modern, and RPM back in the 1950s. But he also has a bunch of solo releases, but this one is on the ABC Paramount record label. He started back in 1954. Here he is with this release in December of 1967. His name is Lee May. It was really Arthur Lee May. This is on the ABC record label. And let's give it a spin. Lee May from December 67, arranged by Joe Renzetti on ABC Records. It's called If You Leave Me. That's Arthur Lee May from the Milwaukee Braves. Actually, no, he's not. I don't think he was playing. Well, maybe he was still playing with the Braves. I had a baseball card. No, I think he still was. Excuse me, I think he still was with the Milwaukee team. Anyway, Lee May, their December 1967 release on the ABC record label, If You Leave Me. Johnny G and I leaving not till at least 11 o'clock. So let's continue here, and let's go back out to Los Angeles, California with this girl group. As previously they recorded as the Sweethearts on the High 3 record label, also recorded as the Sachets and the Utmost. I think the Utmost on Pam Orr and the Sachets on Zen, and I think originally on Alfie. But here they are as the Dynels, and this one is from 1964, and let's see. The dual leads on this, Uma Hurd and Carlito Cookie Robertson. And this one here charted number 41 on KRLA out in Los Angeles, California. Let's go back to April 1964 for the Dynels, Dynels, on the Natural label. It's called Just a Shoulder to Cry On. That group, whoops, Johnny G losing my, there we go. Those are the Dynels from April 1964. That's on the Natural record label. Just a shoulder, wait. Yeah. No, wait. That's not, no, it's Just a Face in the Crowd. Why does it say Just a Shoulder to Cry On? That cannot be. Hold on a second here. Hold on. Yeah, that is the wrong title. The title should be Just a Face in the Crowd. How did that happen? I don't know how that happened. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me how. But anyway, April 1964, the Dynels. I'm sorry I messed that up. Charlene, I messed that up. I did. Just a Face in the Crowd. And I'm probably driving Michael in California crazy. Yes, I am. Anyway, Barry Saltz sold me that record, by the way. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, and we go to Philadelphia now. That I know for this group, because this group goes back to the 1950s, and they kind of disbanded originally, I think in 1960, but then they came back together again to record, and this one is on the Gamble record label. They had releases on V-Tone, songs like If I Knew, and I think they had another release on the Guidon label in 62, but then in 1967 they released two on the Gamble label out of Philadelphia. This one produced by Gamble Huff. It features Eugene Williams on lead. It's from June 1967. These are the Cruisers. Actually, they were from Washington, D.C. originally, and then they headed to Philadelphia. I changed that. But anyway, let's give a listen to the Cruisers on Gamble. It's called Take a Chance.
Take a chance on me, girl. Girl, they say we treat you bad. Girl, they say that we treat you oh so sad. But darling, I love you, and I'll give you the end. And we'll be man to done to you. Take a chance. Take a chance on me, girl. Make you fall. Forget it. Come on now. Come on, baby. Take a chance on me, girl. Girl, they say we treat you wrong. Girl, they say that you can't go wrong. Darling, I love you, little darling, and I'll get even, yeah. And we'll be man to run to you. Take a chance. Take a chance on me, girl. Forget it. Come on now. Come on, baby. Take a chance on me, girl. Take a chance on me. Girl, they say treat you bad. Girl, they say that you can't go wrong. But darling, I love, and I'll get even, yeah. And we'll be man to run to you. Take a chance. Take a chance on me, girl. Make you fall. Forget it. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Take a chance on me, my girl. Forget it anyway. Come on, baby.
Those are the Cruisers there. The Cruisers, as Johnny G is cruising through his papers. I am. June 1967 there, song entitled Take a Chance on the Gamble record label. The Cruisers there. We're going to flip that 45 over a little later in the show for Andrew Turner. Let's continue now we go back out to Los Angeles, California for this female duo. They're known as Terry and Marcia. They are Terry and Marcia McMurray. And this is a tune they wrote, and this one is arranged by James Carmichael, who was the A&R man for this label, which is called Champ Records. This one from November of 1965. Let's give a listen to Terry and Marcia on Champ Records. The tune is called It's a Possibility.
It's a possibility that I care. It's a possibility that I need someone to love me, someone to want
Well, it's a possibility that you're hearing some records for the first time tonight, and it's a possibility you own some of the records I have tonight. I guess that's a safe possibility, right? But anyway, that's Terry and Marsha McMurray on the Champ record label from November 65 with It's a Possibility. It's a possibility Johnny G will be back on Saturday night at 10 o'clock and then back here on Monday evening for more cool 45s from the 60s out of my collection. Let's continue here now. Here's a request for listener Amnon. This singer from Evansville, Indiana, started recording back when he was 16 years old on Don Roby's Backbeat record label out of Houston, Texas. But he had, this is his 8th release on the Backbeat record label. This tune first recorded by Billy Walker in 1961 on the Columbia record label, but this is a nice cover of the tune. This charted number 13 on Billboard, was a big number 1 R&B hit, and it was also number 1 on WVON in Chicago, Illinois. I hope I don't get a copyright strike, but I saw other copies on the internet, but I liked the song, and so did my Aunt Mary. June 64, by request for Amnon, Mr. Joe Hinton. Joe Hinton on Backbeat with his rendition of the tune Funny.
Well, hello there. My, it's been a long time. How am I doing? You really want to know? Oh, I guess I'm doing fine. It's been so long now, but it seems like it was only yesterday. Ain't it funny? It's so funny how time can slip right on away. I want to ask you a question, is it all right? How's your new love? I wonder, can you truthfully say he's doing fine? You know, I heard something the other day. I heard you told him that you were gonna love him till the end of time. Well, that's the same thing that you told me. It seemed like just the other day. Ain't it funny? It's so funny how time can just slip right on away. I hate to leave you, baby, but I've gotta go now. Oh, I guess I'll see you somewhere around. But here's one thing you just can't tell. You don't know when though. You never can tell when Joe Hinton will come back in town. But here's what I want you to do. Oh, please remember what I told you, that in time you're gonna pay. Ain't it funny? It's funny how time slips
As by request for Amnon there, the great Joe Hinton, June 1964 on the Backbeat record label. Michael mentions a tune written by Willie Nelson. Yes, Charlene had that there. I just didn't say it. But anyway, that's Mr. Joe Hinton there, and a big hit for him, his rendition of the tune Funny. Isn't it funny how Johnny G has all these cool 45s here out of his collection? Thank you all for being here and tuned into the show. Those of you listening on Oldies and More Radio, and also those of you on the Ustream broadcast. If you're new to the program, please like my YouTube stream and also click the positive thumbs up there. YouTube monitors all that stuff there. They'll let me go on longer if I need more subscribers so I can go on longer. I do, and I can't wait to retire with all the news that came out today. But anyway, with my company, that is. But let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show for this next singer. He was born in Alexandria, Virginia, but later on moved to Washington, D.C. His birth name was Barry Paraguay, but he had to change it. He couldn't keep that name, but he changed it to Barry Darvell, and he recorded on a number of different labels throughout his career. Here's one on a Pittsburgh, PA label. It's called World Artists Records. This charted regionally. This was number 25 on WTAC in Flint, Michigan. That is Daryl's area. So Daryl, did you listen to WTAC in Flint? Because this one came out in May of 1965, and it's with Hash Brown and his orchestra, which was the house band, by the way, for World Artists Records. But let's give it a spin here. Mr. Barry Darvell on World Artists. It's called I Found a Daisy, parenthesis, in the City.
City streets don't need the April showers. Sidewalks don't grow any flowers. But let me tell you now, I found a daisy in the city. Right here in this old neighborhood, where the buildings hide the sun, where trains and buses run. I found a daisy, I found a daisy in the city. I found a daisy in the city. A girl as lovely as her name. Though she grew up on the street, she stayed so fresh and sweet. My pretty daisy, I found a daisy. And when she smiles, spring is in the air. She takes my hand and I don't have a care. I found a daisy in the city. Down in the streets, I picked a flower. There'll be a garden here as long as she stays near. I found a daisy. I found my daisy in the city. I found my daisy in the city.
You gotta say, it's pretty rare to find a daisy in any city. If anybody's ever seen a daisy in the city, I never have. Where I live, you can find the daisies in the in the grass, but not in the city. There, that's a cool tune. Barry Darvell, there, May 1965, on the World Artists record label out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I Found a Daisy in the City. I want to show you this record again and look on the label, because in where I live in Westchester County, when I used to go searching for records, someone, I don't know who, but the local record collectors would say, "Did you get any of those Al records?" And we never knew who or what they were, but he numbered somebody named Al. It was Al. He would date and number these records consecutively, one after another. And we traced it back that he started doing this in 1960. I don't know and these were not like big hits. You couldn't call this one a big national hit. But when I show you the label, this is record number, it looks like 65,183. So I don't know if it was for a radio station or what it was, but he started in 1960. I think I have the first one on ABC Paramount. It was a number one. He called it number one, but this one is 65,189. So that's just from 1960 to 65. So anyway, just imagine throwing in the 1950s. But I have a lot of Al records in my collection. If Michael Layton is watching Johnny G, he knows about it because he introduced me to a couple of the guys that had all these Al records. Anyway, as I babble on here, let's continue here for this next. This next gal, she's from Brooklyn, New York. She would have her biggest hit in 1970 on United Artists Records, a song that I like and that I bought. It was called For the Love of Him. But she first started recording in 1961 for the Coral record label. She had a total of 18 releases on the Coral label. This is her 14th. And somebody, I don't know if anybody in my 60s show right now, there's 23 that are watching. Well, there's more. There's 99 that are tuned into the show here. But somebody requested this gal, and I don't remember who it was, but they requested a song by her in 61. Who was the Bobby Martin fan? Somebody requested a Bobby Martin record. So I saw this in the box. I said, here's a good one to feature because I like this record. It's from June 1966. This is on the Coral record label. And this is Miss Bobby Martin, Bobbi Martin. The name of the tune is called Something on My Mind. This is going out to that Bobby Martin fan. I forget.
Something's on my mind. I try to keep believing nothing's on my mind. But when I get home each night and you're still nowhere in sight, then something's on my mind. Something on my mind. Something's on my mind. Something on my mind is I pace the floor pretending you're not really gone.
That's going out to the Bobby Martin fan. I don't know who it was. Was it Roger Martin maybe? Was it Roger? Was it you? It typed in on one of my shows, I think. But anyway, either way, that's Bobby Martin, January 66 release on the Coral record label, Something on My Mind. Unfortunately, her life was cut short. I think she passed away of breast cancer at a young age, unfortunately. But anyway, let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. And up next, here is a request for Warren Russell. Here is one of his requests. I was looking for that Royal Jesters, and I couldn't find it, but I do have it. I will look for it for next Monday night. But anyway, this next artist is born in, is it Coahoma, Mississippi, started recording back in 1964 for the Gold Wax record label, and he had two big R&B hits in his career. One called You've Got My Mind Messed Up in 66 and The Dark End of the Street in 1967. But he suffered a bipolar disorder for most of his life, which unfortunately really affected his career. But he had some cool releases like this one from April of 1965. This is by request for Warren Russell in our YouTube chat room, Mr. James Carr. James Carr on the Gold Wax record label. It's called Lovers Competition for Warren.
Now lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my love to keep. Keep him away from all her charm. I don't want to lose her from my arms. I know there is danger there in losing the one that I love. That's why I'm asking you now for help from up above. Competition is mighty strong. It can leave my girl alone. I know you can if you try. I don't wanna lose her to that guy. I can never take the tears of heartbreak. I can never face someone taking my place. Competition is mighty strong, making me my little girl alone. I know you can if you try. I don't wanna lose her to that guy. I can never take the tears of heartbreak. I can never face someone taking my place. Competition is mighty strong, make him leave my little girl alone. I know you can if you try. I don't wanna lose her to that guy. I know you can if you try. I don't wanna lose her to that guy. I know you can if you try. I don't wanna lose her to that guy.
As by request for Warren Russell there, Mr. James Carr. James Carr from April 1965 on the Gold Wax record label. Lovers Competition is the name of the tune. A very cool tune. Kind of reminding me of a Drifters melody there, if you listen closely. It was unfortunate that he passed away of lung cancer January 7th of 2001 at the age of 59. But left us with all these great tunes. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. It's the All 60s show. We go up to Chicago, Illinois for this gal. She was born in Greenwood, Mississippi, but then she relocated to Chicago in the late 1950s. She first recorded for the Cobra label. That is a record I'm looking for. Her debut single on the Cobra record label. I have her other ones on like C&J, but I need that Cobra single from 57. But you know her signature song from 1964. It was called the Shoop Shoop song. It's In His Kiss. But she had so many other releases on different labels. Here's her second of 4 on ABC Records, and it's a cover of a Mary Wells tune. Let's go to October 1968. This is Miss Betty Everett. Betty Everett on the ABC record label, and her rendition of the Mary Wells tune, Bye Bye Baby.
Well, you know you took my heart and you broke it apart. You know I fell in love, baby, oh, like a helpless dog. But you took my love, threw it away. You gonna want my love someday, but bye-bye, baby. Well, I thought your love was oh so true. You know you made me, baby, yeah, fall in love with you. But you took my love, threw it away. You gonna want my love someday, but bye-bye, baby. Oh, your love was sweeter than any I know. Oh, don't come back running, knocking on my front door. Now did you say that I want you only, girl? You said there was no other, oh, in the whole wide world. But you took my love, threw it away. You gonna want my love someday, but bye-bye, baby. Oh, your love was sweeter than any I know. Oh, don't come back running, knocking on my front door. Now did you say that I want you only, girl? Said there was no other, oh, in the whole wide world. But you took my love, threw it away. You gonna want my love, I know, but bye-bye, baby. Oh, bye-bye, baby. I don't want you no more. I still love you. I said I need you.
I'm getting my 8s and 6s messed up. October 66. It looked like an 8 here. See, that means I need new glasses. And these are new glasses. Betty Everett there with a cover tune, Mary Wells' Bye Bye Baby, October 1966 release on the ABC Paramount. ABC at this time was not Paramount. They dropped the Paramount to make for the smaller logo. Yes, they did. Let's continue here on the All 60s edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show for this artist. He's out of Los Angeles, California. His name is Frank Polk, P-O-L-K. He had 5 releases on the Capitol record label. This is his first. And another producer and arranger that I look for is H.B. Barnum. When you see that on the label, you want to pick the record up. But this is arranged by H.B. Barnum. This is from August 64. Let's give it a spin. Frank Polk on Capitol Records. The name of the tune is True Love, parentheses, Comes Once in a Lifetime.
True love comes only once in a lifetime. True love comes only once in a lifetime.
What am I gonna do? I'm only 22, and I'm about to lose you. And true love, I said true love, true love comes only once in a lifetime.
Once in a lifetime.
Must I face lonely years? My pillow so wet with tears. And darling, won't you stay here? 'Cause true love, I said true love, true love comes only once in a lifetime.
Once in a lifetime.
Great off with me, I'll be one oh so broken hearted. My life will be over before it even gets started. So baby, be sure before you walk out the door, you don't want me no more. Just true love. I wanna tell you that true love. I said that true love comes only once in a lifetime.
Once in a lifetime, true love comes only once.
Yeah, true love comes only once in a lifetime. True love comes once in a lifetime. I wanna let you know that true love comes once in a lifetime.
Well, we could debate Frank Polk about that, but yes, we can. But anyway, there he is. And that is his debut single for Mr. Frank Polk. Frank Polk from August 64 on the Capitol record label. True Love, parentheses, comes once in a lifetime. Hope you're digging on the cool 1960s tunes. And we continue here. We go to Philadelphia, I think, as I lost my place. Here she is. This gal had 5 releases on the Guidon record label out of Philadelphia. I think her first one, I think, came out on the Trinity label, though. Then it was picked up by Guidon Records. But this is her 4th of 5 from 1965. Her name is Maxine Davis. Maxine Davis on Guidon Records. It's called I Loved You Right from the Start.
Tell you one more thing before I go. Darling, this is what I want you to know. I love you, I love you, I love you right from the start. From the start. I love you from the first time we met. Oh my darling, don't you forget. I love you, I love you, I love you right from the start. Oh, I love you. I can't stop loving you, and I know that I'll never try. You know I never try. And if you say that you don't love me, I'm gonna lay down and die. So tell me, my dear, it will always be you and me throughout eternity. I love you, I love you, I love you right from the start. Before I go, darling, this is what I want you to know. I love you, I love you, I love you right from the start. From the start. I love you from the first time we met. Oh my darling, don't you forget. I love you, I love you, I love you right from the start. Oh, I love you, I can't stop loving you. Her name is Maxine Davis. Maxine Davis, their 1965 release
On the Guidon record label out of Philadelphia, I Loved You Right From the Start is the name of the tune. Johnny G playing these 45s at right from the start at 8 o'clock, and we're going to go all the way to 11 o'clock, maybe about 10 minutes overtime. We'll see how it goes. Let's continue here, and this next group, they're from Nashville, Tennessee, and they have this lone release on Buddy Killen's Dial label, also out of Nashville, Tennessee, and it was written by the dual lead singers on this. They are Ronnie Wilkins and John Hurley. They were members of a group called the Illusions. These are the Illusions on the Dial label from March of '65. It's called The World Outside.
Outside says we don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we're doing. They say the things that we're doing's gonna bring us ruin. They say we don't know what we're doing. Oh, but they don't know the way we feel, and they don't know about love that's real. They're just old and they're mean and they're bored in the world outside. In the world outside. In the world outside. In the world outside. The world outside says a kid is just a dreamer. They say he'll give his heart away to any little schemer. Oh, and they don't know about love that's true, and they don't think like me and you. They're just tired and they're old and they're mean in the world outside. In the world outside. In the world outside. In the world outside. Why don't they understand? In the world outside. In the world outside. The world outside is a funky old mess now. Yeah. A funky old mess now. Oh, they give you their worst and try to call it their best. Oh, a mess now. A funky old mess. Well, because they don't know about the love that's true, and they don't feel the way we do. They're just mean and they're old and it's cold in the world outside. You better stay away, baby. Yeah, from the outside. I hear nothing mean now. In the world outside now. You better call it now, 'cause they're mean now.
They're called the Illusions. The Illusions there. As I lost my place. Where is the Illusions? The Illusions from 19. Where is that? Johnny G losing his mind. ILL, that's Impressions. That's the Soul Survivors. There it is. The Illusions out of Nashville, Tennessee, March 1965 on the Dial label, The World Outside. Well, it's getting cold outside lately. It's nice and warm up here where I broadcast in my attic, surrounded by boxes and boxes of 45s. But let's continue here. Up next, this singer-actor by the name of Bruce Scott Zacharides. Did I say that right? Zachary, wait, Zaharides. So how do you pronounce that? How do you pronounce that, Daryl? Bruce Scott Zacharides, a.k.a. Bruce Scott, had a few 45s in the mid-1960s. His first came out on the Mercury label. Then he had two for MGM. This is his first. I don't know if this was performed on Chivalry, though. That might not be the case. I actually talked to Dave the Rave about this. But I thought Dave thought his other song was performed, but Charlene has that this one was performed on Chivalry. But either way, let's give it a spin. November 1965, Bruce Scott on MGM Records. It's called So Much to Live For.
Smile at me, all at once I can see I got so much to live for, so much to live for. My lonely days are through. hands, and my heart understands. I've got so much to live for, so much to live for. Now that I have you, I thought my world had come to an end. Thought that I would not love again, but you came into my life, and then look while I each time we kiss, I'm more certain of this. I've got so much to live for, so much to live for. Life is gonna be heaven now that you love me. Each time we kiss, I'm more certain of this. I've got so much to live for, so much to live for, so much to live for, so much to live for. Life is gonna be heaven now that you love me. I've got so much to live for, 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 so much to live for.
That's Mr. Bruce Scott as I lost my place here. I lost my place because these are out of order. There it is. How could this next record be on the same label? Anyway, that is Mr. Bruce Scott, November 1965 on the MGM record label. That is his, I don't know if that's his first or second, but either way, one of these two on MGM, So Much to Live For is the name of that one. In 1968, he would marry actress Sandy Duncan, then later divorce, and he was in the movies, Hang 'em High in 1968, and in 1978, he was in the movie Every Which Way But Loose. I gotta go back and check those movies to see where he was in those movies. Anyway, let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show as we head out to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Where is Brian Korn when you need him? But we go to Milwaukee, Wisconsin for this next group, and their debut single came out on the local Reynard label. And it also came out on this label, which is called Champ Records, but both sides written by Ron Barzik, a.k.a. Ronnie Premier. And the lead singer here goes by the name of Kenny Jablonski. This one from April 1964. Let's give a listen to the Roadrunners. The Roadrunners on the Champ record label. The Champ record label. It's called It's So Hard. We'll send it out to Dave the Rave.
It's so hard since you've been gone. It's so hard, girl, I can't go on. You know the way you used to move me, make it feel so good. You know the way you used to soothe me every time you could. But it's so hard since you've been away. It's so hard, there is no happy day. You know the way you used to hold me each and every night. You know the way you used to squeeze me, I try to lose my mind. Baby, it's so hard, baby, it's so hard. Baby, come on home, baby, come on home. Baby, need your love, baby, need your love. Baby, I'm all alone, baby, I'm all alone. It's so hard since you've been gone. It's so hard, girl, I can't go on. You know the way you used to move me, It's so hard. It's so hard. It's so hard. It's so hard. It's so hard, baby. It's so hard.
Those are the Roadrunners there. Roadrunners, April '64 on the Champ record label. Song entitled "It's So Hard." Now, this group would evolve into the Bogus Chimes with releases on the Champ record label. Let's go to Memphis, Tennessee now for this group on the Volt record label. This is their first of two on Volt from January 1964. They're called the Drapells. The Drapells on Volt. Johnny Fearson is the lead singer on this, and the name of the tune is called Wondering, parentheses, When My Love Is Coming Home.
Wondering when my love is coming home.
I'm here at night.
Love is coming home.
Yeah, she didn't write or even call. Don't know whether she carried on. I guess I'll go and sleep it off. You know, I could only stare at the wall 'cause she. Yes, she did.
Said that she was never coming home.
And
Wondering.
will she ever return? To stop the fire that burned me deep within my heart. It's been here ever since we departed.
She went away.
Yes, she did.
Call it a day.
But I'd wish she'd come home.
He'd like to know what she loved it so, and will she come knocking at his door?
But right now
Love is coming home.
tears in my
My
eyes.
love is coming home.
Yeah,
Now it's wondering.
she knocked at my door. It's hurting me so deep within. I'm sitting here wondering when, but until then I bleed.
When my love is coming home.
Oh yeah,
Love is coming home.
tears in my eyes.
When his love
Late in the midnight hour, babe, I can't get along without you.
is coming
Come on home to me, baby. Come on.
They're called the Drapells. The Drapells on the Volt record label. That one there from January 1964. Wondering when my love is coming home. Well, I'm not coming home, not till after 11 o'clock. So she knows, Barbara knows, I won't be home till 11 o'clock. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. It's my All 60s show. Those of you tuned into the Oldies and More network, and also those of you watching Johnny G, 125 of you now watching Johnny G on the stream. Heads up, what copyright on that record? It cannot be. Let's continue here for this girl group here. This is on the Caden record label, although I think this first came out on the Holton label. And Caden Records then purchased this, but supposedly Charlene said, Johnny G, I don't know if this group is out of Connecticut. I always thought they were out of Philadelphia. I checked the Philadelphia book, and they said this was one of the first records on this Caden label. They had a picture of it, the orange stock. I have the white promo, but they're called the Leverett Sisters. The Leverett Sisters, and this one written and produced by Stan Vincent. And actually, Tina Roberts, she's the lead singer on this. This one from 1965 on Caden Records. It's called Stop, Think It Over.
I done to make you feel the way that you do? You know I'm stuck with you. Hey little boy, it's not me, it's just those childish games that you play and the things that you say. You better stop. Think it over, baby. Stop. What you do, baby? Stop. Think it over, baby. I've got a heart. Don't you know that I've got a heart, and I'm not just another game to play, little boy. My heart's not a toy. Think for yourself. You got to think for yourself, so don't let people sway your trend of thought, little man. Baby, I know you can. You better stop. Think it over, baby. Stop. What you done, baby? Stop. Think it over, baby. Be a man, boy. Be a man, boy. Be a man, boy. You better stop. Think it over, baby. Stop. What you done, baby? You better stop and think of what you doing, baby. You better stop and think of what you doing, baby. You better stop and think of what you doing.
That's 1965, released there for the Leverett Sisters with Tina Roberts on lead there. 1965 on the Caden record label. Stop, Think It Over is the name of that tune. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. And up next, we go to, where is it? This September of 1965 for the Jackson Brothers on the Providence record label, and the name of the tune is called I've Gotta Hear It From You.
Someone told me you still want me, and they're telling me, answer me, that you want me back again. But I gotta hear from you before I believe it's true. Yes, I gotta hear from you before I believe it's true. That you still want me. No, I can't believe that it's true. Someone told me you still want me, and they're telling me you're in misery. You want me back again, but I gotta hear from you before I believe it's true. Yes, I gotta hear from you before I believe it's true. I got to hear it for myself. No, I don't believe no one else. Somebody told me, oh, but I can't believe her. No, no, no. Baby, baby, someone told me. Baby, baby, someone told me. Yeah, I gotta hear from you. Baby, baby, I gotta hear from you. Baby, baby, I gotta hear from you. Baby, baby, I gotta hear from you.
kind of jangled here because I lost a big record for $850. I'm not happy about that. But anyway, those are the Jackson Brothers there, September 1965 on the Providence record label. A song entitled I've Gotta Hear It From You. I might have played that for Warren. Did I play that for you at one time? I wonder if Warren requested that. Anyway, those are on the old notes, Warren. That might have been an old request for you a long time ago. Anyway, let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure. Shall we go back to Philadelphia for this girl group trio? They were called La Tre Femme. I think that means the three females in French, possibly. But this first came out on the Uptight record label, but then it was picked up by 20th Century Fox for national distribution, and that's how I have it. This was a number 73 record on WIBG out of Philadelphia. Let's go back to March of 1968 for the La Tre Femme on 20th Century Fox. It's called Open Up the Safe. March 1968 release there for the Les Tre Femme, the three females, I guess. Song entitled Open Up the Safe. I thought it said Open Up Your Love. It says open up the safe. Open up the safe and give me that money. That one there, the 20th Century Fox record label, also first came out on the Uptight label. And they have one more release on the Filet of Soul label in 69 as the Les Tres Femmes with S's. I think I have that record too, by the way. Johnny G here on a Monday evening, almost said Saturday evening, but it's on a Monday evening. Thank you all joining me on the Oldies and More Radio Network, and also those of you in the YouTube chat room. Thank you all for tuning in. And let's continue here for this group that formed in 1964 in Middletown, Pennsylvania. That's like by the Harrisburg area. Is anybody familiar with Harrisburg, Pennsylvania? Maybe Dave is a little bit. But this tune written by Jesse James, he is the lead singer of this group. No, The tune written by Jesse James. The lead singer is Brian Humble. And it's their only release on the Phillips record label. They would reform in 1970 as the Humble Gathering, but prior to that they were known as the Intentions. As we go back to March of 1967, Phillips Records, as you know, is styrene, and you know Johnny G hates styrene vinyl. I do, but let's give it a spin here. The Intentions on Phillips with Don't Forget That I Love You.
I'm going away, baby, for a little while. And you know, I hate to leave you, and I cry, just like a child. Leaving you, I hate you, but all I ask of you, don't forget that I love you. Don't forget that I need you. Now I wear this uniform for the sake of a lane, and I'm proud to be in the crowd, and I'll protect you any way that I can. All I want in this world is just to be your love. Don't forget that I love you. Don't forget that I need you. Don't forget that I love you. Don't forget that I need you. You get my letter, baby, and then you'll know from day to day that I love you and I need you, and I'll miss you each and every day. Don't forget that I love you. Don't forget that I need you. Don't forget that I love you. Don't forget that I need you. Don't forget that I love you. Don't forget that I need you.
Those are the Intentions there. The Intentions from March 1967 on the Phillips record label. Don't Forget That I Love You. You heard a couple spots there with that little bit of distortion there. I didn't pay a lot of money for that 45. I paid a couple dollars for it. What do you want for a couple bucks? You know, but anyway, let's continue here on the All 60s edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show for this girl group. This girl group from Harlem, New York, and it's their only release on the Oliver record label. This label owned by Sandy Linzer and Denny Randell. This tune arranged by Charlie Colello, and they're called the Pandoras. The Pandoras. It came out in June of 1966. It features Vista Moyler on lead. These are the Pandoras on the Oliver record label. It's called Sweetheart, Sweetheart.
Sweetheart, you are here, and once again I give my heart.
They're called the Pandoras. The Pandoras from June 1966 on the Oliver record label. They're out of Harlem, New York. Song entitled Sweetheart, Sweetheart. Let's go to this next singer. He's originally from Houston, Texas, and he was a member of the 1950s vocal group called the Four Dots, recorded for the Freedom record label. But when he had a successful solo career, and best known for his big #1 national hit called The Birds and the Bees. I'm talking about Mr. Jewel Aikens, and this is his 5th of 9 releases on Lou Bedell's Era record label. We go back to December of 1965. Give a listen to Jewel Aikens on Era Records and his tune, something Johnny G had on Thanksgiving Day, A Slice of the Pie.
There should be enough honey for every bee. No bird should be without a nest in a tree. Love should be divided equally. And I want a slice of the pie, yeah. I've been searching for love and it just ain't fair. I can't seem to find it anywhere. Everyone's entitled to their share, and I want a slice of the pie, yeah. I want some hugging and some kissing. I want the things that I've been missing. And whoever started passing love around sure forgot to put my name down. I've been waiting and waiting patiently. Love's been playing hide and seek with me. Love should be divided equally. And I want a slice of the pie, yeah. I want some hugging and some kissing. I want the things that I've been missing. And whoever started passing love around sure forgot to put my name down. There should be enough honey for every bee. No bird should be without a nest in a tree. Love should be divided equally. And I want a slice of the pie, yeah. And I want a slice of the pie, yeah. And I want a slice of the pie, yeah. And I want a slice of the pie.
December 65 release there for Jewel Aikens. Is it with an S? Yes, Jewel Aikens with an S there on the Era record label, A Slice of the Pie. Interesting thing about that record, there was a recent clip, I think on American Bandstand. You can just barely see the Raider Records, but that record, I think the kids are dancing to the T-Bones. What is that? No matter what shape your stomach's in, they were dance. That was the record that Dick Clark introduced, but they just finished the Raider Records set, and it looks like that Nancy Sinatra's "These Boots Are Made for Walking" lost to this record by Jewel Aikens, A Slice of the Pie. That is interesting how that, because this was not a big hit for him, unfortunately, but that is one of his better 45s. I agree with Andrew Turner on that. Now let's do some flip sides from earlier in the show here before we wind down on the show. But earlier I featured the Ethics out of Philadelphia with their debut single on the Vent record label. I played the B-side called Look at Me Now from September 68, and a listener, Andrew Turner, asked if we can flip it over, give a listen to the A-side. There was a local hit in Philadelphia, so we're going to send this one out to Andrew Turner, September 68, the Ethics on the Vent label. This was their debut single. It's called Think About Tomorrow. This is for Andrew.
even watch the clouds pass by. I watch the sunset behind the hill, wondering if the day we spent could have been real.
Oh, not today.
It's fading away. Like watching the smoke from a cigarette, just like the dream that we soon forget, just like a flower slowly dying away. That's how our past seems to fade away.
Oh, not today.
It's fading away. Just think of our past used to be, but will our love last through eternity? I wonder if tomorrow will be as good as today was to you and me. Today has brought love once again. Now we must wait for tomorrow to begin.
Oh, not today.
It's fading away.
As by request for Andrew Turner there, those are the Ethics out of Philadelphia, PA, September 68 release. That's their debut single, Think About Tomorrow, came out on the Vent record label. Then I played another 45 on the Loma record label by Ben Aiken from March of 1967. It was called You Were Meant to Be My Baby. That was the B-side, and listener Michael in California asked Johnny G to flip it over, so we're going to send this one out to Michael, and this is worn styrene chest 73, and you're right, if it's a nice, I have a Bobby Smith mint styrene, we can listen to that to see how it sounds, and my shells are hot wired for mono. They are, but I don't. I only track at like 1.75 grams, almost 2, not quite 2, but a little less than 2. So I don't try to make it that heavy for these, at least these styrene records for sure. But anyway, this is from Michael Ben Aiken from March 1967 on Loma. If I Told You Once, I Told You. I think it's a million times. This is for Michael in California.
If I told you once, I told you a million times I love you. Oh, yes, I need everything is gonna be alright. Oh, yes it will. Put your faith and trust in me, and I will give a love that's yours exclusively. Put all your tears away and hear what I have to say. The Lord knows you're so good, girl. Oh, yeah, your sweet kisses go right through me. If I told you once, I told you a million times I love you. Oh, told you a million times I love you. Girl, you know I need you. Everything is gonna be alright.
As by request from Mark in California there, that's Mr. Ben Aiken. Ben Aiken from March 67, a song entitled If I Told You Once, I Told You a Million Times. Only original vinyl 45s. Let's continue here with another request. This time played the Cruisers from June of 1967, Take a Chance on the Gamble record label. And listener Andrew Turner asked Johnny G to flip it over, so we're going to send this one out to Andrew Turner. These are the Cruisers from June 67 on Gamble. It's called I Need You So.
I need you so, girl. I don't want you to go, girl. I don't want you to go, girl. Won't you please wait? It's not too late. Don't leave me now. Don't leave me now. It's not the first time. But it's the last time. Please don't be mad. It makes me sad. Don't leave me now. Don't leave me now. Listen to me, darling. Stars lay, teardrops mine. Got me down on my knees, darling. Now you should know. I need you so. I don't want you to go, girl. Won't you please wait? Won't you please wait? Girl, it's not too late. It's not too late. Don't leave me now. Girl, I'm here.
As by request for Andrew Turner there, those are the Cruisers from 1967 on the Gamble record label. I Need You So is the name of that tune. We're going to go just for a couple more records here. Then we're going to close down here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. And this one is a request for listener Emnon. I think this is the first release for a Mr. Wilson Pickett. And this one here is on the Correct Tone record label out of Detroit, Michigan. Wilbert Golden's Correct Tone, out of Detroit, Michigan. And this is Wilson Pickett from April of 1962. The background singers on this supposedly are the Primettes, a.k.a. the Supremes. But anyway, this was re-released on the Cub record label in June of 62, which I have it on. But I also have the original. I didn't think I did, but it's in not that great of a shape. But anyway, let's give it a spin for Emnon. April 62, Wilson Pickett on Correct Tone. It's called Let Me Be Your Boy.
Come on, let him be your boy. Come on, let him be your boy.
Baby, come on, let me be your
That's a debut single for Mr. Wilson Pickett. That's by request for Amnon, April 62. Featured it on the Correct Tone record label. Wilson Pickett with Let Me Be Your Boy. Just a couple more 45s to go here. This next gal, she was a lead singer of the Dream Girls. Her real name is Elma Holman, and the group is out of Detroit, Michigan. They do a lot of cool tunes as the Dream Girls, and then Bobby Smith and the Dream Girls. Here's a solo effort by her on the Bell record label. This one came out in October of 1965. This is Bobby Smith on Bell. The name of this, and it's Styrene, so we'll send this one out to Chess 73. He loves mint styrene. That's what this is. We'll see how it plays. The name of the tune is called You Know, in parentheses, I'll Be Around.
Now I'll be around when you want me back again, and I'll be around, you know I'll still be your friend. Your sweet talking lies only make me realize that you know I'll be around. Now I'll be around when you call me on the phone. You know I'll be there waiting all along. You give me all your lies, and I believe them all the time. So you know I'll be around. Whenever you want me, baby, I'll be there. Your face, your eyes, your lips, you know I'll always care. So I'll be around the corner, around the bend. You just turn around, I'll be waiting at the very end. You never lose me in a crowd, 'cause you know I'll be around. I'll be around. I'll be around. You never get rid of me. I'll be around.
Yes, Chess 73. That one plays nice. That one's like a mint copy. I didn't pay a lot of... What does that record sell for, Mark Speck? I don't know. I didn't pay a lot of money for that, but it's a nice copy. I hate to paint it on labels, though. But anyway, that is Miss Bobby Smith. Bobby Smith there from October 65 on the Bell label. You know I'll be around. John G's going to be around with a few more 45s here as this girl group. They're from Washington, D.C. They first recorded as the Impalas on the Checker label in 1961, but then they changed their name to the Four Jewels, recorded for the Start record label in 63. And here they are as just the Jewels on Don Kirshner's Dimension record label out of New York City. This is their second release, their follow-up to Opportunity. This tune written by Ashford and Simpson and Joe Armstead, by the way. And this again... arranged by Charlie Colello. We go back to May 1965 for the Jewels on Dimension. It's called Smokey Joe.
Everybody get ready, come follow me. Oh, tonight is gonna be. All the folk you know there, and they'll be coming from everywhere. We're gonna party, party, party all night long. Everything will be going strong. That's Smokey Joe. That's Smokey
Are you got? Oh, Nelson Gomez. I know Nelson Gomez. I know Nelson. Welcome, thank you. You like Styrene? No way. Although that Styrene did play well. Anyway, those are the Jewels there. May 1965 on the Dimension record label. Smokey Joe, the name of the tune. And that Bobby Smith cost $386? Are you kidding me? I didn't pay anywhere near that for that 45. Well, thank you, Spence. And rest in peace, Spence. Thank you for that one. Let's continue here. And Mark, is this on, not Mark, Michael, is this on your Wallace's next record? But I like this side. This is actually the B-side of the 45. His name is James Phelps. He's from Shreveport, Louisiana. He was a member of two gospel groups, the Clefs of Calgary and also the Soul Stirrers. And this is a solo release. And this first came out on the Argo label in 1965. I don't know how I have this on Cadet Records, but I like this tune. April 66, James Phelps on Cadet. It's called Action.
Your lovely speeches and your distant charms, only taunt and tease me. But let me take you in my arms, and don't give me a lot of conversation. I want a demonstration. Action, darling, speaks louder than words. I got to tell you, baby. Hush now, darling. Come a little closer and hold me near. Your words are lovely words, honey, but can't you see you gotta show me that you care? I don't want a conversation. All I want is a demonstration. Action, darling, speaks louder than words. Oh, baby, whenever we're together in a crowd, you always say you care. But whenever we're alone, darling, all you do is sit and stare. No, that's not good enough for me, baby. Those magic moments that I dream exist cannot replace that thrill you would give me, honey, with one tender kiss. Girl, I don't want a conversation. I want a demonstration. Action, darling. Oh, baby, speaks louder than words. Oh, baby, action speaks louder than words. I don't want no conversation, honey. Can't you see I want a real demonstration? You got to show me that you love me.
Check your walls for that 45. That's a cool record. I love that record. Andrew has that 45. That's pretty cool, Andrew. April 66, James Phelps on the Cadet record label. Song entitled Action. That's not in great shape. It plays okay. I had to clean it up a little bit with the toothbrush, but sounds pretty good. Let's continue here. A few more here before we go. And actually, I haven't gone to the 70s yet. I know Miami Santi likes the 1970s. This record released in April of 1970. And this is, excuse me, her third of three on, wait, is this on the Lock record label? No. Yeah, third of three. Her, I guess her name is Denise Chandler. Denise Chandler on the Lock record label. I don't know what that means on there. Anyway, we're going to give it a spin here. It's called Mama, I Wish I Stayed at Home. This is April 1970. Denise Chandler on Lock. Mama, I Wish I Stayed at Home. That's Ms. Denise Chandler there. April 1970. Kind of reminds me of the Winstons. Color Him Father a little bit there in the beginning with her, but it's a little faster than that. Mama, I Wish I Stayed at Home. That one there on the Lock label. I guess she does have three, as they mentioned, three on the Lock label. Two more 45s to go. We're going to sign off here on the 60s edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show. And this group had 6 releases on the Coral label between 1961 and 64. Some nice transitional group harmony releases like this one. This is their 5th of 6 on Coral. This charted regionally. This was a number 11 record on WWIN out of Baltimore, Maryland. This is from March of 64. Give a listen to the Exotics. The Exotics on the Coral label. It's called Sad, Sad Song.
Oh, darling, I didn't know what to do. I nearly went out of my head at the thought of losing you. Yeah, 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 yeah. I tossed and I turned on my pillow, yeah, and I cried the whole night through. Then all of a sudden it struck me, and I knew exactly what to do. I sang myself a sad, sad song. I say it was a sad, sad song. I sang myself a sad, sad song. A sad, sad song. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So if your new love, yeah, he turns his back on you, and you don't know, I say you don't know what to do. Hey, 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 don't come running back to me, 'cause then I don't need you. Throw your head down, let the tears flow, and this is what you do. Sing yourself a sad, sad song. Be sure that it's a sad, sad song. Song. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sing about the blues, sad, sad song. And about the love that I had to lose, sad, sad song. How you broke my heart, sad, sad song. How you ripped me all apart, yeah, 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 yeah. Sad, sad song. Be sure that it's a sad, sad song. Be sure that it's a sing about the blues, yeah. Baby, tell about the heart you had to break. Tell you how you broke my heart, yeah, and how you tore me all apart.
That's from March 1964, that group called the Exotics. The Exotics on the Coral record label, song entitled Sad, Sad Song. We're not going to close with a sad, sad song. That's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. I want to thank you for joining Johnny G, listening to all these original 45s out of my collection. You want to get in touch with me, send me an email at vinyltreasures@aol.com and send me your requests to let me know if you're digging on the show. And I hope you enjoyed all the 1960s tunes tonight out of my collection. And I'll be back again next Monday night at 8 o'clock, 8 to 11 p.m. right here on Oldies and More Radio and also on YouTube. And I'll be back next Saturday night also, because that is the name of the next tune, called Saturday Night, and it's by special request for listener Cheryl Morgan. She requested a group called the Sherries. The Sherries out of, where are they? I think they're out of Philadelphia, maybe not, but it's their 3rd of 4 on the Gaiden record label from March of 1963. It's called Saturday Night by the Sherries. That's for Cheryl Morgan. So I'll be back next Saturday night at 10 o'clock, 10 to 1:30 a.m., It's supposed to be 1, but I go to 1:30 with all the requests. So thank you all for tuning in tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show as much as I do. I really enjoy playing these records, and I wonder what you see on the other side there when you see these records on your big screen TV. I know Tom Shaughnessy is watching the show tonight on that. So thank you all. Thank you, Charlene, again, for all your help. I couldn't do it without Charlene Whiteside. I'm telling you, she is my backbone for the show. Thank you, Charlene, for that. And thank you to all the listeners and all the requests. And if you missed any of the show, you can go back to YouTube. It should be posted probably, it's posted like instantaneously, but the chat isn't posted there until, a little later. But you can also go to vinyltreasures.net. You can download the show there or stream it. It's there, just the stream. But again, thank you all, those of you tuned in on Oldies and More Radio. I'll be back next Saturday at midnight there, but I'll be back here on YouTube at 10 o'clock. So tell your friends to subscribe to Johnny G's Vinyl Treasure Show on YouTube. Just want to say, everybody, so long. This is for Cheryl, the Sherrys. Okay, folks, I did win that record. I thought I lost that record for $8.50, but I won it. I got it in last minute. I thought I messed up. But I paid a lot of money for that record, $860.99. Oh, my God. There you go. There you go, the Exotics Sad, Sad Song on Coral Records. They got some good, early group, a lot of cool group stuff on that label. And then this is the Slop Time, the Sherrys. I think they weren't the Sherrys, Johnny Madera, Johnny Madera, David White, right? Yeah. They wrote the song, they produced it. So it's got that Philadelphia sound, like the Orlons, that era, But anyway, thank you all for tuning in again. I have a lot of fun on Monday nights. I can tell you, I can't wait to retire. I cannot wait to retire. So I have more time to prepare here because sometimes I got to rush with work and everything else. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in. It's a lot of fun when I play the records here, and tell your friends about it. And I'll be back again next Monday. If not, I'll see some of you on Saturday night. Take care, everybody. So long.